Alright, so it's kind of weird that, like, yesterday I did a video talking about the Wolfman, and then I did a kind of review for an indie book that I strongly liked and really wanted to show it to you guys and tell you why I liked it. And now here I am today talking about the Wolfman, and this time around I'm reviewing a indie book that I think you'd all really like. And that is Five Ghosts, The Haunting of Fabian Gray. This is a comic I got a few weeks ago. I've been meaning to get to it. I just didn't want... it was sitting there along with Giants Volume 2. I decided to knock both out just so I could... because it was sitting there. Also, if this comic review does well, I might review Volumes 2 and 3, because I got all 3 volumes of Five Ghosts. This was one got by me, not by given to Chris, although I do feel like this is something Chris would send me. Now, Five Ghosts is a comic I've been wanting to read for years. I just never could find the volumes, or never had an opportunity to, like, get them myself, because either A, online, it's like, you know, the condition for a lot of these books were fucked for some reason. I don't know why it was such a pain in the ass to get this book, is what I'm saying. But here I was at this comic shop, and it had all 3 volumes of Five Ghosts, and I wanted to read this because it wasn't Chris who suggested reading this book. It was actually another friend of mine years ago by the name of Victor Holland, aka Ziploc Bloody, who was one of the first people I befriended on YouTube. So, what is Five Ghosts, and what made me want to read it so much? Five Ghosts is if you took Johnny Quest, Indiana Jones, and mixed it with a bit of Tomb Raider, as well as Doctor Strange and the Monster Squad, and you just put it all in a blender and hit that shit on puree, and you get this. So, Five Ghosts is the story of a treasure hunter named Fabian Gray, set during the 1930s, where Fabian Gray has been, due to an accident that left his sister catatonic, he's now been possessed by this thing called the Dream Stone. The Dream Stone connects itself to 5 different spirits that allow themselves to enter Fabian's body so he can use their abilities in his treasure hunt. However, the Dream Stone and the 5 occupants of the Dream Stone are slowly consuming his life force, leading to Fabian to find a way to save his soul, save Sylvia, his sister Sylvia, and also battle an unknown force that is hunting him, that is connected to the Nazi party. Kind of. Yeah. So we throw a little bit of Hellboy in there too, with the, magic Nazis. Yeah. So, like I said, there's a lot. And you may be asking, before I go any further, well, what are these 5 spirits? Tell me, Multi. What are these 5 ghosts that haunt Fabian Gray? I'll tell you. Merlin, Robin Hood, Sherlock Holmes, a samurai warrior who was the inspiration for a lot of Akira Kurosawa's films. I forgot his name. And Dracula. Yeah. Yeah, it's 5 major literary characters in fiction. Yeah. So basically, Fabian, when he's encountering a problem, he can, like, the spirit of Sherlock Holmes allows him to, like, deduct and investigate or problem solve on a whim. If he needs magic, boom, the magic of Merlin. If he needs to take a long shot, boom, he can use Robin Hood's accuracy for even using a rifle. If he wants to go full, like, I need to get the fuck out of here, and go full monster, like anime demon form, Dracula. Yeah. So, yeah. The story, like I said, is very evocative of, stories like of the old pulp era stories. It has that Indiana Jones type flair with Hellboy. It also, again, feels like an adult Johnny Quest story where anything can happen. Like, there's a fucking chapter where him and his sidekick get kidnapped by a group of spider human hybrids in a tribe in Africa and have to fight their way with magic through giant spiders and spider-human hybrids. That's a thing that happens, and you don't question it. There's also a part where they have to fight a wizard on top of a giant dragon. Just shit happens, and it's awesome. Like, it is fantastical. Fantastical is not a word, I think. It is both fantastic and it is a fun book. It's also pretty violent too. I also love the artwork of this comic, where it doesn't, again, invoke that kind of pulp era feel for this comic. It really does feel like this was something that was made with a lot of love by the writer, Frank J. Barberi. Not Barbera, I almost said Barbera. But it feels like it was made as a love letter to, you know, those old adventure comics with a supernatural twist. That's what I really love about this book, is that I really am a sucker for those, like, 1930s kind of pulp noir kind of adventure stories. And the character of Fabian Gray almost has, like, this, again, like this James Bond kind of charm to him, where he's like sleeping with clients. He's also, like, just out and about, like, just kind of, like, charming the pants off everyone. He's also got a snarky remark for everybody. Yeah, it is such a love letter to everything I love about stories. So, of course I wanted to read this. And again, I got the other two volumes. I think there's only been 3 volumes. I want to say there's been more that's been published, but I got the first 3. So if you guys want me to review the other 2 volumes in the future, just let me know in the comments below. Do I recommend 5 Ghosts, The Haunting of Fabian Gray? Fuck yes, I do. It's not even a question. Like, with all trades, like first volume trades, it's only $10 if you can find it somewhere. Yeah, I highly recommend this comic. It's so much fun. If you love that kind of era, if you love seeing these literary characters and seeing all these wild, fantastic elements fit so seamlessly with one another, here you go. Here's your book right here. Get this now. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's my review for 5 Ghosts Volume 1. Let me know in the comments below if you've read this comic, and other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. Like I said, it's kind of weird that, if I had a nickel for every time I reviewed I talked about the Wolfman remake, and then talked about an independent book, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird it's happened twice. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.